So Elon Musk and the trollbot accounts are in a total meltdown today, and I want to show you guys what's the latest. From Elon Musk, he says, this is a political attack, right? Musk says he's under attack. What's going on? Well, in France, his offices got raided, okay? This is the response to Elon Musk. They say investigating child abuse material isn't controversial. Turning it into political theater is manipulation. Maybe that logic flies on some island, doesn't fly in France. And that's a direct hit on Elon Musk is in the Epstein files, if you guys don't know. And also, again, Elon Musk's offices got raided in France. So he's upset, along with all his trollbot accounts are upset. This is from the Associated Press. They say, Paris prosecutors raid the French offices of Elon Musk X as part of an investigation into spreading child abuse images and deepfakes. And so for Elon Musk, he's like, well, I want to make money by having all these child images out there. I want all the child images. I want all those non-consensual images out there, right? And there's a bunch of things going on with this. I made a video on it. You can go through the whole thing. If we go through all the stuff that France is talking about right now, we're just going over the responses, because I'll just say this. France came out swinging for sure. This is also one of Elon Musk's bot accounts, Elon Miles. He says Europe is at war with Elon Musk. And the reason is pretty simple. He promotes free speech, and free speech threatens them. Okay, and that's why I have to show you what the Associated Press reporting, right? We're looking for child material and stuff like that. France then also says, because you got multiple people involved with this stuff, Pavel Durov, he is the founder, CEO of Telegram. He says the French police is currently raiding X offices. So again, that's the Elon Musk company, formerly known as Twitter, in Paris. France is the only country in the world that is criminally persecuting all social networks that give people some degree of freedom, if you want to call it that. Don't be mistaken, this is not a free country. Wow, that's coming from Pavel. France replies, in France, the judiciary is independent. Police act on court orders, not political whims. And again, France is coming out swinging.
And explain that Spain is walking the talk. We're fighting back, and we will continue to do so. Starting next week, my government will implement the following actions. First, we will change the law in Spain to hold platform executives legally accountable for many infringements taking place on their sites. This means that CEOs of these techno platforms will face criminal liability for failing to remove illegal or hateful content. And for that, we governments need to stop turning a blind eye to the toxic content shared under their watch. Second, we will turn algorithmic manipulation and amplification of illegal content into a new criminal offense.
Elon then is saying he's attacking Spain now. So I guess that means you're a good guy there, Spain. Sanchez is the true fascist totalitarian. And if you don't know, in Spain, they, I think, recently passed something where it's social media is going to be banned for kids under 16. I think that was the law that they're talking about there. And Australia's done a similar thing as well. And this obviously hurts Elon Musk's business because he wants kids on his platform, right? He wants to spread child content, these things. And, I'll read some more responses here. So from Tom, the KGB favorite speaks. Russia wants you on Telegram. It's easier. They've banned Meta and X in Moscow. Now they're pretending we're all the same. Interesting. So you got to understand who these different accounts are from. This is Adam. Adam says, there are 3 things the French are truly great at. 1, food and wine. 2, protests. 3, giving 0 Fs how rich you are when you are in their court system. You can't just scream, quote, free speech and donate to a politician to escape here. Wow. And that's essentially, Elon Musk's strategy. His companies are failing, so he's figuring out ways to shuffle money around. He's merging companies. He's like, you know what? Let's remove guardrails from AI. Let's produce a whole bunch of that kind of content, the child abuse content and otherwise. And this is actually in multiple countries. You're breaking several laws if you're doing what Elon's doing. And you also got election interference, algorithm manipulations, and all sorts of stuff.
Breaking developments to bring you from the UK's Information Commissioner's Office that has opened formal investigations into X and Grok, the artificial intelligence system. They say they've taken this step following reports that Grok has been used to generate non-consensual sexual imagery of individuals, including children. William Malcolm, Executive Director of Regulatory Risk and Innovation at the Information Commissioner's Office, said the following, and I paraphrase slightly, but the reports about Grok raise deeply troubling questions about how personal data is being used to generate intimate or sexualized images without knowledge or consent, and whether necessary safeguards put in place to prevent this.
But Musk is like, no, that's all free speech, right? And then you got all the other stuff, because France also mentioned history denier stuff. And that's a big problem in Europe, be it Holocaust denier, et cetera, those kind of things. So this is, so far, UK, France, and Spain, right, are on the move. What's going on with Germany? So let me know if you guys are in Germany, if they're going to be investigating X also. And then Elon's facing problems. He's got a bunch of things going on. This is one, says Justin, judge rejects Elon Musk's bid to dismiss SEC suit, alleging that when he sought to take over Twitter, now X, he failed to disclose his stake as required. I remember this stuff. Judge Sparkle Sukanan turns down forced speech and SEC appointment challenges. So basically what it is that when you start buying up a company, so this is back Twitter, Musk was, you get to a certain stake, I can't remember what the percentage is, but you get to a certain amount that you have, and then you have to publicly disclose that I'm buying this stuff up and I have this much, and then Musk was like, oh, the email was in my mailbox. We just forgot to hit send. That kind of, stupid excuses. And so there's multiple things that Musk does that are shady. I'll put it in the most simplest terms like this. And he's also has a spat with OpenAI, Sam Altman. And this is kind of interesting. Altman was trolling Musk. He says, really excited to get Elon under oath in a few months, Christmas in April. We're going to see on that one. I mean, that's actually really interesting stuff. I'll just say this. I mean, Elon Musk is a liar. I mean, I think you guys already know that stuff if you're watching the channel. And there's multiple things and evidence. And for anything, this kind of stuff, right, there is going to be some truth in this. So it's from Jason. Jason says, new court filings show how Elon was engaging in some maximum truth deleting. Oh, we're deleting stuff, Elon. Okay. In his other frivolous lawsuit against us and Apple, because Elon likes to sue everyone, just like Trumpers, the only non-public docs Elon and XI have produced in response to discovery requests are the retention and employee policies. Okay, why is this? Because he systematically used disappearing messages to cover his tracks everywhere else. Makes you wonder what he is hiding. Interesting. Huh. And I think, if I remember correctly, didn't the FTX dude, Sam Bankman-Fried, use the disappearing text stuff? I think people on Wall Street do this kind of stuff also, so I wouldn't be shocked if Elon is in that game. This is from X, their platform. I want to read their statement. This is the Global Government Affairs from Elon. It says, French judicial authorities raided X's Paris office today in connection with a politicized criminal investigation into alleged manipulation of algorithms and purported fraudulent data extraction. Okay, that's according to them. We are disappointed by this development, but we are not surprised. The Paris Public Prosecutor's Office widely publicized the raid, making clear that today's action was an abusive act of law enforcement theater designed to achieve illegitimate political objectives rather than advance legitimate law enforcement goals, rooted in the fair and impartial administration of justice. The Paris Public Prosecutor's Office is plainly attempting to exert pressure on X's senior management, so Elon and such, and Linda Yaccarino is named also because they summoned them on April 20th, who, I'll just say this, I think it's the mustache dude's birthday, if you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know if that's coincidental or not. You can ask France if they're just totally trolling Musk there. Who knows? But that's when they summoned him to come in. X's senior management in the United States by targeting our French entity and employees who are not the focus of this investigation. The prosecutor's office has ignored the established procedural mechanism to attain evidence in compliance with international treaties and X's rights to defend itself. These procedural mechanisms are well known and used on a daily basis by judicial authorities around the world. So they're trying to make the case that it's improper. That's the case that they're making. The allegations underlying today's raid are baseless, and X categorically denies any wrongdoing. Today's staged and raid reinforces our conviction that this investigation distorts French law, circumvents due process, and endangers X It endangers free speech. X is committed to defending its fundamental rights and rights of its users. We will not be intimidated by the actions of the French judicial authorities today. Just want to read you their side of the story. You got to read it all. This is coming from the Embassy of France in USA, and they were tweeting out against Elon Musk here. Remember, Elon says it's all political. What does the embassy say? Quote, "The law is the expression of the general will. It must be the same for all, whether it protects or punishes." Okay? That's the Declaration of Human Rights and Human and Civic Rights. So that's coming from the law of the land in France. You also have the embassy writing this, and this is from, they were responding to, I guess, Cat Turd, whatever account that is. Cat Turd writes, "France can't allow that free speech thingy." Okay. Embassy of France writes, "France allows that free speech thingy, but our justice system ensures that actions that are illegal offline in France are also illegal online in France. Let the courts do their job. No one is above the law." Okay. France also then says, and they're responding to one of the undersecretaries state in the U.S. And basically, I think the case that the U.S. will try to make is, why are you messing with our U.S. tech companies? We should have free reign, blah, blah, blah. France then will say, EU regulations don't apply outside of the EU. Our digital life, our own rules, our kids' safety, our citizens' protection. I see. So in France, they're saying, we can do our things, right? We're not going to try to apply it on to you in USA, just here in France, which I understand. Because then when you read from the U.S. perspective, they say, bracing diligent work here by the House Judiciary, corroborating what we already know, companies censor American users to appease foreign safetyism. Looking forward to engaging on this in Munich. Okay, because like these platforms are international, right? But I get what Fran's saying. We can do our laws here, and then the U.S. argument is, I guess, if the platform has American users on it, you're affecting our users, even though you're talking about French law. It's an interesting question, right? So I'm just giving you both sides of the story here, and then you also have to put this in context. So Elon, the dude that he is, he's merging SpaceX, or merged already, not merging, merged SpaceX and XAI. And if you don't know, XAI acquired Twitter. So basically he's using his space company to prop up his failing social media company that burns tons of cash. The last estimates that I've seen is like somewhere in the order of $1 billion a month they're burning, something like that. So it's a loser, it's a dog. And then they promise you that they're going to go IPO and they're going to have 1 million data centers in space. That's their latest grift, data centers in space. I know it sounds stupid, but that's essentially what they want to do. And someone had a comment here, it's pretty funny, from Bojan, says, if you really believe that data centers are going into space, I have a fully self-driving EV company that I'd like to sell you. So there's that, trolling Tesla. That's what's going on. That's the Elon Musk meltdown. I'd like to hear your thoughts. And if you're in France or Germany or Europe or otherwise, what else is going on? Please share some news from local. I'd like to hear. I do appreciate your time, and I'll catch you all in the next video.